Archive 21-1-5. The human race, is it moving forward or backward? Take away all of its shiny toys and technological advancements, the billions of incremental mechanical changes federated across thousands of years, coined as human achievements, and what do you really have? Where is it going, and how does one track progress when the destination is simply unknown? The why behind the existence of the human race has become a mystery to modern man. At least in the times of Shinar, there was a collective purpose behind the building of the temple, a unified moment unlike no other time in human history. But today is a far cry from what was. Their movements, spurred by ungrounded motivations, are almost mesmerizing. Every day is a repeat. Arise, march to the drum of the machine, reach for the stars, and collapse back into the cocoon. Coffee, commute, contention. Busy, busy, busy. And what does the human race gain from so much monotonous activity? An inch to one's height? A day to one's life? Every tomb appears to be equally bankrupt. There seems to be some sort of tension that is not dealt with openly by them. It's almost taboo to admit the obvious, that the sun rises and it sets. From the dust they emerge, to the dust they return. Spring eventually becomes winter. Illness followed by healing. War makes way for peace. Seed time, then harvest. The stars in the heavens leave, but they always circle back. What is forward when you always return to where it all began? With every rocket, their doughy eyes light up. The neurons in their brains begin to fire, all instigated by a cacophony of machinery, synchronizing chaos in an attempt to break free from the wheel. But even the rockets eventually return home. Arise, march to the drum of the machine, reach for the stars, and collapse back into the cocoon. Coffee, commute, contention. Busy, busy, busy. That is their daily mantra. Do you think they'll ever see the machine that turns the wheel? Will they hear the sound of the gears grinding beneath them with every rotation? Do they even feel the vibrations from the low decibel hums bellowing from its engines? There's a familiar saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I often think about this when I dwell on their advancements. You know, their endless wars, the assembly line of antipsychotic meds, their failing health propped up by Big Pharma's narcotics ring. Nothing escapes being institutionalized for profit at the expense of life, liberty, and freedom. This they appear to give away freely for progress. Everyone is in such a hurry, racing into the abyss. 1 step forward, 6 steps back. They attempt to take bigger steps to avoid the inevitable, but the inevitable is inescapable. The human race seems to be white-knuckling a steering wheel, motoring through space and time with no real idea of where it is going, yet thinks because it has created new technology, it is somehow progressing. But who determined that the human race needed to progress? What does progress even mean? Who was there among them in the beginning, and who among them will be there in the end to judge such progress? Who gets to play God with the human race? Maybe a better question that is often mired in mud and subdued in the rubble is, Who is playing God with the human race? Whose hand operates the wheel, the gears grinding, the hum reverberating throughout the cosmos, man marching to the drum of the machine? Because it is clear it is not the humans. Will they ever hear it? The hum from the wheel? Or will it destroy them, only to reset the board with new pieces just to start again? Coffee, commute, contention. Busy, busy, busy. And busy they all are.